Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Betty, a true and welcome to XO, a game I came across the other day and was totally ready to just file away in my brain under like FTL but, because it looks like it should be a like FTL but sort of a game. You've got yourself a big old spaceship, there's fuel at the top of the screen, there's ore as a currency you can use for repairing and also buying things in shops. It feels like it really should be an FTL sort of a game, but having actually played it for a few hours, actually, there's something a bit interesting and different going on here. And the big thing to me is tone and game flow. You see, unlike FTL, while you do start off with a big old ship here, the broadsword, nice name, 60 hit points, can take a bit of a pounding. If I just give my ship a bit of a scan, I've got literally no weapons. If I run into anything hostile in the entire galaxy, right now, I can't defend myself. I can run away and take a bit of a battering while I'm doing it, but I am literally defenseless for the time being. So, yeah, for the time being, you're in a very precarious place, desperately running away from literally anything hostile. And there's a lot of flipping hostile stuff. Right, let's get out into the galaxy. I think you'll get to grips with this nice and fast. There's some interesting stuff going on here. But before we do, this is a really, really early alpha version of this game. Not feature complete, still work in progress. Diddly diddly dee. So right now we're just in this empty system without too much interesting going on. This is a lovely friendly station. We like these guys. They've got guns, by the way. I just don't get any for whatever reason. Right, let's go somewhere else where I might be able to get myself some guns. So I'm going to nip out here to the star map, which gives me an idea where I can jump to along any of those white lines from where I've just started. And you may notice every single one of these systems has both a name, but also an alignment, because there's a bit of a faction system going on in this game. So if I zoom out to the galactic level, here we go. So over here are the factions that make up the galaxy. And this is a bit of a summary as to, yeah, whether somewhere is going to be hostile or potentially friendly. So Bellatrix over here is a pact system. Now I start off as a member of the pact and I've got pact crew aboard my ship, so as a result of that, those guys are just going to be totally chill with me. That's probably the safest place to move to. Everybody else, not so keen on me yet, and decisions we make as we're going around the galaxy might make these factions more or less likely to cooperate. Still, we're in good shape right now, at least in terms of having a full health bar, so let's nip over here to the Empire. So head over there, plot a course. The game's real time but with pause, so yeah, until I actually get time moving along, can't actually jump. There we go. Now we can jump along. Absolutely marvellous. So we now enter a brand new system. And we can have a little bit of a look-see-roundy, see what we can see, either by just moving the camera around and looking around, or just checking the radar down over here. So there is one ship in this system with me. I can just pause time and give it a bit of a scan. So that is an Empire supply ship. No weapons on it whatsoever because it's not a battleship, it's just a supply ship, and this is very common in this universe. Plenty of ships do not have guns and shouldn't be expected to, because, you know, this is a galaxy where most ships are going to be supply, trade, all of that good stuff. There aren't many warships floating around in the world. So, okay, there's some Empire crew here. The Empire doesn't like me very much, but potentially we might want to say hello to them anyway. So in which case, what we need to do is select my ship, and then tell it to do something. So, we've already scanned them. So, give them a hail. See if they're willing to actually have a chat with me. So, here we go. The supply ship wastes no time in responding to your hail. Let's see what they've got to say, because they might want me to do something, and if I do something for them, they might be a lot more friendly. Hail and glory to the Empire, woe and pain to our enemies. Okay, that's not a great start, I'm going to be honest. And here we go, now we've got ourselves a bit of a choice here. So, does it matter? Our superiors say we're enemies, we're not enemies, tell them you haven't got time for this sort of a talk. So, I'm going to say we're not enemies to see if I can just, you know, slightly make these guys a little bit more on the friendly side. So the present situation is confusing, but enemies, no, there's been some miscommunication, that's all. Me and them, we're going to be friends with each other. Precisely, marvellous. So this guy is totally chill, not being enemies, which is good, because he doesn't have any guns, and we don't have any guns. So if we decided we were at war, I'm not sure what we'd really do about it. We'd probably just exchange rude words over the comms. Here we go. This guy's got the coordinates to an Empire ammo dump that's about to be automatically decommissioned and destroyed. Now, I can't be certain this isn't a trap, but it's probably worth following up on regardless. But he's looking for money for it. Ore, which is also used for repair certain weapons. But you know what? Sure, I'll gladly do that deal with you. Well, unless I want to try and barter. You know what? I'm going to offer him 4, and see what he actually goes for. Will you accept 4? And alright, but only because my options are severely limited. Great, so I didn't have to give him all of my ore. Marvellous. So, as a result of that, we've now handed over 4 ore to him, and he jumps away. Good. So now we've got to reach the ammo dump on Twoculuk. Oh, marvellous name. I like the name Twoculuk. That's brilliant. Let's go and see if Twoculuk's anywhere nearby, by the way. Yes, generally when you get a quest, it just spawns in on a nearby system. So, that's also Empire. Plot the course. Let's get moving, please. And away we go. Could be walking straight into a trap, by the way. Entirely feasible. And new contact. Uh-oh. Right. So we've got ourselves... No. It's an Empire gunboat, but it's tumbling out of control. No lifeboats. Okay, that could potentially be useful. We rescue that. That could help our relations with the Empire. Absolutely flippin' marvellous. Though I can't help but notice that, yeah, actually, the ammo dump is pretty much en route if I was going towards rescuing that ship as it falls towards the planet, because, yeah, as you probably noticed, like, every planet has a proper gravity well, so we are orbiting the planets. When ships lose power, they are potentially going to be sucked in towards that gravity well, which is kind of cool. Yeah, you know what? Select ship, select this thing, and let's see if we can go and hail it, if nothing else. So, spin my ship around, please. And unfortunately, the automatic cache is not acknowledging our requests. Possibly because we're... because we're enemies. I might have been sold a bit of a dud here. Oh no, it just flipping self-destructed. Okay, so basically I just did everything in the wrong order then. Had I just actually saved this ship first, maybe I would have been friends and it wouldn't have blown up. Or that guy was just ripping me off. I can't know. Right, scan this ship over here. I'm supposed to be rescuing this ship. This ship's got itself 2 missiles. Oh, that'd be lovely if we could get hold of them, but the thing's crashing. Now, potentially, had I actually got the right loadout, I might be able to actually save it in terms of getting it operational again, but for the time being, yeah, main priority, because I can't actually fix it while it's out in space, the crew. Let's get the crew off there. So, perform a rescue, please. I'm going to take my ship around, head over there, and get the crew off, because, yeah, you can see from where it's going, it's being pulled into the gravity well right now. We need to get it before it gets there. So over to that, and we are very happy to bring the Empire crew on board. Normally, of course, if you were to dock with a ship, how much that faction likes you would really affect how likely they were to come aboard. But when their ship is literally disabled and falling into a gravity well, they're not going to be flipping fussy. So as a result of that, marvellous, you dock with the gunship and attempt a rescue. Beautiful. So the Empire crew has just run aboard, even though technically we're kind of at war, any port in a storm, I suppose. Unfortunately, we've got to decide what to do with them because, as I say, we're technically at war. So let them on board as quickly as possible, or stop and search everyone before they're allowed on board, or this looks like a boarding party. Order your Marines to defend the ship. No, let them all on board. This is a rescue. Let's see if they actually cheer up as a result of being rescued. Oh, we've got one thing. We've actually got ourselves a little bit of a starting weapon here. Good. So, the ammo dump had nothing in it. They'd already taken the weapon before I got here. Good. So I've got myself a basic laser. Right, it's hardly spectacular. Literally the lowest damage you can get on a weapon, but it'll do. And when I say it'll do, it'll have to do because it's literally the only weapon we've got for the time being. Okay, in which case, nothing else here as far as I can tell. At this point, that thing is... yeah, it's empty apart from its missiles, but without the right equipment, I can't get those missiles off the ship. So as a result of that, can we just cut them loose? Follow, protect, hail. No, I think we just leave them behind. Right, let's move over here. So, how does the Empire feel about me now? The Empire's now up to yellow. So at this point, yeah, yellow systems, Imperial systems, are more likely to be chill with me. I do feel like, yeah, this screen and this second level of screen could potentially be merged together. That could definitely potentially make things a little bit on the easier to read side. Let's head over here to corpse base, however, because I believe there's... I think that's another corpse system. And yeah, I think I saw over here. Hang on, zoom out a bit. That is... yeah, that's corp as well. And then there's some Empire. So let's see if we can make friends with the Empire. So, plot to jump over here to the rather excellently named Narki. Plot course. Unpause, jump please, and let's see what we've got going on in Narki, and whether the corporations want to be friends or not. Right, one small ship present. Give it a scan. So we've got ourselves a corp trade ship. Yeah, this is a big trading corporation thing with a crew. Alright, may as well just give them a bit of a hail while we're passing by, see what they've got to say for themselves. Are you interested in buying some of the corp's cargo? Potentially, but having kind of wasted my money on a tip-off that didn't go anywhere, not sure I'll really be able to afford it. So, he's got some... Right, he's got some elbow deodorant. Not convinced that's spectacularly useful, to be honest. How do you propose to pay for the trader's goods? Okay, how about safety? You'd be more than welcome to start travelling around with me if you wanted to, because that's why you've got this massive bar here. This game isn't so much just about setting up your own ship, it's also about building a fleet that follows you around. Sadly, they're not interested in safety on this occasion, so they jump away just like that. Okay, fair enough. I'm guessing the corp wants something a bit more real than security. They actually want to be paid for their trouble. Right, there's another corp world right over here. Plot course in that direction. And then, yeah, there's an empire world beyond them. So we'll make our way towards that empire world, because the empire, uh-oh. Hang on, there's a full trade convoy here. One escort, capital ship, and the capital ship is damaged. Okay, what's going on here then? Oh dear, we've got a bit of a small problem here, which is, say hello to the bad guys. So, these are harvesters. They are very, very bad indeed. They've got themselves, yeah, giant piles of health, but on top of that, they're carriers. So while they don't have weapons, what they're about to start doing is spawning a giant, never-ending waves of little tiny ships called Reapers that are basically suicide bomber nightmares. They will keep coming forever and just slam into enemy ships and try and destroy them. So they're now moving straight towards the convoy. There's a certain amount of time until the convoy can jump safely away. The question is, do I even want to get involved? And also, can any of you guys defend yourself? So these guys have all got one hit point because, yeah, they're basic trade ships. However, there's a warship right here, but it's already badly damaged, and it's only got one basic laser. That's not going to stand up to much. It's really not. I feel like I should keep my distance here. Getting involved would be a mug's game. Yeah, let's just actually just enjoy the fireworks for a minute. So, he's going to try and shoot these guys down, but as you can see, there's a lot of them. There's an awful lot of them. So, yeah, they're just suicide bombing straight into these little ships. So, oh, they're going to try and move as best they can. Oh, they've realised how everything's a bit on the bone side. But yeah, they're being absolutely flipping torn apart. There's no chance they're making it out of here. There's no chance whatsoever. I mean, this guy might survive if he's very lucky. And yeah, he's moving towards the planet's gravity while trying to get away. But he's totally surrounded. Yep, he's boned. He's super boned. And now, of course, that means they're going to start coming for me. So these are our enemies, basically, and we have to avoid them. And oh, hang on. Something is technically still alive. The Emerald is alive for the time being. Could the Emerald theoretically jump out by itself? I don't think the Emerald's making it out of there. We should probably go. I mean, we've got a laser too, so we can shoot down some of these guys. But, yeah, it's probably time to get out of Dodge, actually. Yeah, we can't beat these guys. This is why we need to start building up a fleet and building up our battleship. Because right now, we literally can't fight against these guys. Still, we've got ourselves enough fuel to make a jump. Because, yeah, it takes one fuel to make a jump and it automatically recharges over time. So, you get over there. That's absolutely flipping marvellous. Yeah, start plotting a course, please. Plotting jump. And get out of there because, yeah, it looks like the enemy did not make it over to us because we've still got the radar active. So now we jump away. But at this point now, yeah, those guys are going to start spawning in on the regular. Meaning we've got limited time to do anything we want to do. So what have we got over there? That is, aha. We've got ourselves an abandoned supply ship. Now, presumably, that's actually, yeah, Empire class. And that's very bloody convenient because you may recall, I've got some Empire crew on my ship, the guys we rescued. Now, I've discovered an abandoned ship, meaning I want to man it. But people can only pilot ships of the same type as them. But we're in Empire space right now. And that means we might have just picked up a brand new ship. Not a great ship, it can't actually do anything, but it's probably best to have two ships rather than one. So yeah, we're going to officially attempt to crew this thing. So we turn around and start going in this direction. Flipping marvellous. And yeah, I do quite like the actual style of the graphics and the fact that when you're actually moving to intercept something, you turn around to, like, you know, retrofire your thrusters to slow down to intercept it. It all feels very nice. And yep, there we go. Purple just appeared. So as a result of that, the harvesters are here. So now every system I go into, the harvesters will appear very, very soon afterwards. So if there's multiple ships, I'm only really going to have time to do one thing. So there we go. Set those guys as the crew. It's an Empire ship. These are Empire passengers. So now these guys have actually got themselves a crew again. Marvellous. And now I can actually give individual orders to these ships. So if I wanted to, I could say, okay, you go over here and investigate one ship, and my main ship go over here and investigate something else. But for the time being, yeah, there's nothing else in this system aside from these dicks. So having picked up the first member of my actual fleet, probably time to GTFO. And conveniently, there's a pact system right here. So we know that place is going to be friendly. Let's just go and see what a friendly system really looks like and what that means for me. So straight over to pact space. Flippin' love it. Hello over there, guys. Yes, those guys are officially marked in green because the pact loves me. And that's my ship over there. Fine, so that's my other ship. So you, my good man, your orders by default are simply to follow this ship. Though it looks like you're going to try and do it by going the long way round because you can't keep up with this ship. It's too fast. You, meanwhile, that is the... wow, that's the mixed bag. But it does have 20 hit points. Okay, this thing seems pretty good. That's... aha! That's an emergency cache. And presumably, it's going to be friendly. This one won't self-destruct because it's packed and I'm packed. So, okay, let's go and flipping hail this thing. Though, oh, yeah, because of the rules of orbiting, however that works precisely, I'm not going to it directly, presumably because it's orbiting in this direction, so therefore the fastest way is to go this way round. But this does concern me a bit, because we know the harvesters are going to be along sooner or later, and yeah, there they are. There they flipping are. Okay, I do have a laser. Now we have to start making some difficult choices here. Because, okay, hang on. You, what do I want you to do? Could you potentially go over here and maybe go a different way? Oh, yeah. The problem is, I kind of want you to stay back. This guy can just basically take a bit of a battering past these ships. Is this worth it? I might well lose this little ship because I can just basically go straight through this, blow some of them up, and yeah, some of them are just going to suicide into me. I'm basically just ramming through them at this point. It's fine. And try and avoid those guys if you can. Yeah, there we go. The problem is my friend is making his way round too. And as soon as he runs into that, he's possibly going to be disabled immediately. Okay, so let's see what we've actually got here. Upon reflection, allowing Naval Academy students to name these caches may not have been the best idea. Okay, continue. And I've got a mining laser and a ton of bit of fuel. I don't actually need the fuel. I'm already full up. So grab that. And then it's time to warp out, like, right now. So I've got myself a new laser. So, once again, damage is very low. But, yeah, actually not bad. Range is good, fire rate's good. And I'm guessing that's fuel consumption. So when I fire, I use a bit of the fuel that I also need one of to jump out. So, if I'm fighting, I can't jump out as fast. Gotcha. Right. Pause right there. You, my little friend, desperately need to jump out, though I suspect we might be about to lose him tragically. Right, 2 systems nearby, both of them rover, so may as well just go over here to Silver Ball. That's a good name. In fact, oh, hang on. Hang on. I could send out a scout. So yeah, I've got myself a civilian ship right here. If I send him out, does he warp out faster? Is that a thing? Hang on. I'm going to see if that actually happened. So, scouting. Is he immediately warped out? Because if so, I might have just... yes, I think I've actually just saved him. Because once you've got more than one ship, you can send a little ship to scout. The problem is, yeah, they might just not come back because they might run into trouble. But hopefully they're going to be safe. So he's scouting right now. And, oh, hang on. I thought he was safe. Wait. Who's that in blue? Okay, just begin plotting anyway, because I'm a bit worried. You know what? Just jump. It's fine. We don't need to scout. It's A-okay. Our scout hasn't returned yet. Oh, that would mean we were abandoning the Ares. Okay, I don't know what the blue on the map is right now, but I'm sure it's fine. And nearly ready to go. Yep, Ares is now returning, and there we go. Scout has returned. Jump, 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 and okay. We've just made it there. So yeah, because we scouted, we could see what was in the system ahead of time, which is, yeah, how much fuel they've got, how much water they've got, how much ore they've got. Because yeah, system with low fuel means fuel starts being powered up more slowly. Okay, so everybody made it out of there alive. I think I slightly misread the radar there, but what have you. We've got Mr. Sweaters. I like him. So he's a rover. This is a faction we haven't really run into before. So they don't like us particularly. Not keen on us at all. Select my main ship and give him a hail. From the video feed, the ship has no interior walls, it's just one large open space. You can see people everywhere sleeping on crates against bulkheads, carpeting every inch of the deck. Judging from the welding sparks, wires spooling out of open access panels, and different groups wearily beating on large parts, there are several major repairs underway. Everyone is moving slowly, almost in slow motion. Morale is clearly low. So I can't just say, hey, there's harvesters. That's probably bad. Maybe you should come with me, either by coming over to my ship or joining my fleet. Or I can just give them some stuff to just kind of, you know, help cheer them up a bit. Or I could try and assist with repairs. You know what? I'm going to explain the harvesters and see how they're going to go. So, alright, let's see how they respond to that. There's total silence, then the captain raises a fist in a sign of rover brotherhood. Slowly, fists are raised until the entire crew is facing you in solidarity. Okay, feels to me like they've just been willing to join the fleet. There we go, so ship number 2 is now present. But you may be noticing something about the ships I'm picking up, which is, overwhelmingly, they're not warships. Basically, I'm the only warship. The ships that are travelling around with me are overwhelmingly refugees, effectively. They don't really do much aside from need protecting. But that's partly what this game's about, because one of the messages you get right when you start is, hey, try and rescue as many people as you can. Now, I don't know why, but it is repeated to you, so I suspect bringing a large number of refugees to some form of packed refugee camp is considered a good thing, and in the end game, that's going to be important. Unfortunately, this is the alpha version, so as I understand it, there isn't an end game just yet. This is just like a bit of a prototype, but I suspect gathering a large number of refugees is going to be important. There's a small problem, however, which is, yeah, the amount of water that my ship is capable of producing with its, like, internal water production system or something, which is, right now, I can only support 6 people. And to define a person, I mean, like, a crew slot. So I've got 1 crew slot aboard my ship and 2 spare slots. Each of these ships has also only got 1 person on board. So in total, I've got 3 groups inside my fleet with a capacity for 6. But if I brought the right ships into my fleet, like, you know, a specialised life ship that produced food and water, then I'd be able to support a larger fleet going forward, diddly diddly dee. But right now, I've got a cap of 6. But it's not a hard cap, that's what I really like about this game. It's a soft cap. The game's very open that you can have as many people with you as you want, but if there's severe rationing and not enough food to go around, then obviously you're going to get events that cause trouble. And you may also notice, by the way, my ore capacity's gone up to 18 because these ships have cargo holds. So as a result of that, I can actually have more ore with me and potentially buy more expensive stuff going forwards. You may also notice a new colour starting to show up on the map here, which is, yeah, the harvesters aren't just showing up to be dicks, they're also conquering the galaxy. So, systems I've been into, obviously, you know, the harvesters where we saw them, they've taken those systems, but also, systems I haven't been into yet, the harvesters have already taken over. So I probably don't want to go in this direction because the harvesters are already on the way, which is not flipping good. So instead, yeah, we've actually got ourselves a packed station over there that also leads to a giant number of Empire and Rover systems, and those guys seem pretty chill with me. So that's definitely the direction we want to be going in. Let's head towards the pack system. Plot course and send our ship over in that direction. Marvellous. Okay, what's it over there, by the way? Is that by any chance? Yep, that's another cache right there. Flippin' love it. Unfortunately, it's in a bit of an awkward position. You know what? Let's hail it, and no, hail it with my main ship, please. Hail it with my main ship. But I suspect my little friends could be in a bit of trouble, except hang on, there's also something over there, and it's armed. Hello over there, we've got an abandoned frigate. But we've got a bit of a problem, sadly, which is that abandoned frigate that even has a laser on it. Unfortunately, I can't take it over and pilot it with my fleet because that's a packed frigate and I've only got one packed crew, meaning, yeah, they're actually piloting my main battleship. So that's a shame. We could have actually picked up a new warship right there, but I've got no way of actually adding it into the fleet because my existing crew can't actually pilot the damn thing. But yeah, this is also something you might want to consider doing as you move forward through the game. Potentially, take your refugees off the small unarmed ships they arrived on, move them over to actual armed battleships so they can start helping out. But then, of course, you've got to try and balance warships versus supply ships, because unarmed supply ships might be able to give you more ore, more water, more fuel, diddly-diddly-dee, but they can't actually fight, whereas warships can fight, but they're also filling up crew spots without actually contributing to fuel or water or whatever. So there's a really interesting balance here. There's some really good ideas. I like this. And I'm also very worried about, yeah, potentially when are the harvesters? Oh, the harvesters are already here. Okay, I am worried about the harvesters. You fall back and follow this guy, please. If you can, yeah, fall back and just follow him. So just slow down. Slow down. Meanwhile, yeah, this ship over here, we're just going to basically YOLO straight through the flipping harvesters. Screw you! Screw you, you stupid bastards. Unfortunately, oh, you guys are making... Oh, you guys, no! Okay, I kind of... Oh, no! One of the ships is already dead. Okay, we might be about to lose the entire fleet. Okay, how are you guys doing over there? Probably not great. Let's actually just have a little chat, with the cash. It's a second mining laser. Screw it, take it, it's fine. Okay, so my entire fleet's been destroyed. They've now been disabled, unfortunately. So... okay, you know what? That's not going to be allowed to stand. And when I say that's not going to be allowed to stand, I could try and rescue them. The ships have not been destroyed. They've simply been disabled. I could try and rescue them. That's a thing I could try and do. I could actually do a rescue, because I have space on my ship to have these guys aboard. Except, hang on, where are they? You are... that's the Ares. Yes, attempt to rescue. We're going to attempt to rescue, damn it. So my ship is now going to loop around this way. So we're looping away from all of these. I've got myself a giant pile of things. Everything's under control. And... oh, we're moving in. Yeah, we're moving in. We're moving in. I've got double weapons. We should be... we're not going to be okay. This is not going to fly. This is not going to fly. Actually, you know what? This one's actually moving away. That's the... oh, hang on. Where's the... oh. Yeah. So, slight problem. I think life support failed on the Mr. Sweaters. So the rover crew's dead, which is unfortunate. We're moving... oh, blimey, heck, this was... no, this was a mistake. This was a mistake. It's time to jump out. It's time to jump out. It's time to jump out. Go to... okay, that's now a harvester world over there. Everything's a harvester world right now, in fact. Okay, go to the corp. They don't really like us that much, but go. Ow, ow, I'm not sure we're going to make it, actually. No. No, we just blew up there, which is understandable. But in many ways, I died a hero, because I died desperately trying to defend some innocent civilians in peril. And when we write the history books, we're not going to mention that the civilians were only in peril because I basically led them directly into the kill swarm while I was YOLO ramming my way through it, alright? We're going to ignore that bit, and we're just going to have a statue of me on the packed homeworld saying, died trying to save civilians, and there's going to be no footnotes whatsoever. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen, I think you get the point. This here is EXO, or to be precise, an extremely early version of EXO. But this is a really, really interesting foundation that they can build something really cool on top of. And I really like the balance that there's only so many people you can support in a fleet, and support ships are incredibly squishy, but can be hugely valuable, increasing the total number of ships you can support, or the amount of fuel, or the amount of ore, or diddly-diddly-dee. Meanwhile, warships are actually relatively rare, and it's quite hard to get hold of weapons and all of that good stuff, and you are massively, massively outgunned at the beginning of the game, because it gives the whole game an arc. At the beginning of the game, you're desperately running away, because you're massively outgunned, and you're just trying to survive and scrounge together enough guns and enough ships and slowly build up a fleet that means you can actually stand and fight against the harvesters. It's a really interesting way to put together a game, and this could be something special. This could be something very, very special indeed. But as this is a very early alpha, I know for a fact, there's still a lot of mid and late game stuff to add. This is the core of the game though, and it's interesting. It's really, really, really damn interesting. I will keep an eye on this one. We will see it again. When this is actually ready to be launched properly, we will revisit this and see if it's managed to live up to its potential. For the time being though, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think there's any way to actually get your hands on this one. I'll put a link in the description down to the Steam page, however, so you can wishlist it if you want to. As I understand it, that's actually really helpful for devs in terms of like being recommended in Steam because of Steam's algorithm or whatever. So if you think this looks cool, do go give it a wishlist because I would like to see this game succeed because it could be something very, very special indeed. Hopefully that will turn out to be the case. I will keep my eye on its development. But in the meantime, I've been John. This has been Many a True Nut, and this has been XO. Thank you very much, and goodbye. Oh no! Oh dear! America's decided they do not like us! Just want to finish off China. I can die happily. Well, not happily because there's nuclear fire involved, but moderately happily. There we go! I've just started... Oh god. The Earth was fun, wasn't it? We can all agree the Earth was great.